Everyone, it's Samantha and it is June 9th and I have a big, huge announcement. We are pregnant and I'm so excited. I still just cannot believe it. We got a positive pregnancy test on Saturday and I'm just overjoyed. I'm so excited. I'm almost shaky because I'm so excited to just announce this. So my husband and I waited a really long time to try to have babies. It was always our plan from the beginning to get through school, get a real job, and get settled into something. When my husband first got his job last summer, we decided we were going to buy a house immediately because we were in a position we had saved up, we could afford to put a down payment on a house, and we wanted to go ahead and buy a house. And then our priority was to wait a year and save up as much money as possible. We had depleted our savings from buying the house since we bought it a lot quicker than we had expected to buy a house. And we decided we were going to wait 1 year and then start trying to have a family. So all this last year I have been just going crazy. I've been ready to start a family, but we wanted to have our money situation under control. We wanted to have a decent savings. We wanted to be able to have everything we want for our baby and be able to provide really well for our baby. So we did hold off, and our plan was to start trying in June. Well, the way my periods fall, I convinced my husband to start trying in May so that we would get pregnant in June if we got lucky. And our compromise was, okay, we'll try, but not really. You know, we're not going to keep track of days, ovulation, we're not going to do temperatures, we're not going to do any of that stuff. We're just going to make love, and if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, then we will start really trying in June and keep track of things and do all the right things when you're trying to conceive. So with that said, many months ago, I went to the OB and had my uterus scanned because I do have a weird uterus. It's called an arcuate uterus, so it arches at the top a little bit. It's kind of triangular shaped at the top. It's really weird. It's not a septate uterus, it's not a bicornuate uterus, but it's close to the septate, where the septate, you have this dip in the middle and it goes down and separates your uterus. Mine doesn't have the dip part, but it has a thickened part at the top. So according to my scan and according to the reproductive endocrinologist that my OB consulted with, my uterus is odd, but it's normal. It's in the normal range. I should not have any sort of pregnancy complications, and I'm not even considered high risk. So I do have an arcuate uterus. It might end up being a problem, but as of right now, they're not considering it a problem at all. They don't think mine's going to cause any sort of problem, and since they're confident, then I'm confident. So when I did get scanned a long time ago, I had mentioned it in one of my Sunday Scoop videos on my Crafty channel, and that's when I went on prenatal vitamins. That was a really long time ago. I've been on prenatal vitamins this whole time, just waiting for the day that my husband and I could start trying to have a family. So I already was on prenatal vitamins come May when we just made love, and I got pregnant. I got pregnant the first time. We weren't even really trying, and I just feel incredibly, incredibly lucky because I was just expecting to have problems. I just have always been a medically complicated type of person, and so I was just expecting to have to wait a few months at least. You know, best case scenario, I was expecting 3 to 6 months of trying, and I was just prepared for that. I was so mentally prepared for that, and when I started getting pregnancy symptoms, I thought I was going crazy. I was like, there's no way. We barely did anything during any of my fertile time. I can actually feel when I ovulate. It's called metal schmerz, and some women can feel it. Most women can't feel it, but I actually do feel it. I get pain on one side, whatever side ovary is rupturing. I do actually feel it. So I was like, oh man, we really could be pregnant, you know? It's a possibility, but it's a small possibility because we had made love a few days before I had ovulated. So I was still thinking, you know, maybe we didn't hit it. I was really sure the chances of us getting pregnant this month were super slim because I knew when I ovulated. So this was kind of a plan, but surprise at the same time. I was just convinced I wasn't going to be pregnant this month, but I started having symptoms almost immediately. I've been keeping track of symptoms. I'm pretty sure that I ovulated on May 28th. So I didn't have anything going on the first few days, but that That was a Wednesday. It was just kind of a funny thing. On that Friday, I felt a little bit nauseated at lunchtime, and then on that Sunday, I had a migraine. And for me, a migraine really signaled something was up with my hormones. So I used to get really, really bad migraines, but I've been on Botox to prevent migraines for a couple of years now, and I usually am migraine free unless something's going on with my hormones or something is really, really stressful. So when I had a migraine that Sunday, I was like, wait a minute, something's going on. It was just weird. I ended up having another migraine this last week. I don't know what day it was. I think it was either that Monday or Tuesday, so June 2nd or June 3rd. I had another migraine. It was just a really light one in the morning, but I'm like, wow, 2 migraines in a row, something is definitely up. And so whatever day I had the migraine, I had really intense heartburn too. I used to have heartburn when I was a little bit overweight. I had some heartburn issues, and I would always have heartburn like before or after I'd get a migraine. It would just mess up my stomach a little bit. So I was like, okay, the heartburn's just the migraine, but the heartburn didn't go away. So this whole last week, I have had intense heartburn the whole week. I haven't had heartburn in almost a year. So it was the first time of that, and I was like, that means something's a little weird. Something's just a little weird. Okay, so we'll go back to Monday, June 2nd. I wrote down I have raging heartburn, and I had a couple of sharp cramps that night. I just felt really sharp pains. They kind of felt like my normal menstrual cramps, but a little bit different. It just felt like I was about to start my period, but it's like a week early for me to start. So I was like, something's just not right. I just felt this thing this whole time, something was not right. So that Tuesday, I started getting the cramps heavy enough that I was visibly in pain. My husband was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, I'm having really bad cramps down there. It doesn't feel like just PMS. Something's being really weird down there. And of course, now we know that was my implantation. That's when my little egg implanted into my uterus. So now we know what was going on. And also that day I started pooping a lot. This video is going to be TMI. I can already tell it's so TMI already. But I took 2 large poops that day. Having 2 large poops in one day for me is really, really irregular. And the same thing happened on Wednesday. I had 2 pretty large poops. Then Thursday, June 5th is when I got way more symptoms. I was feeling very bloated, like my period was coming, and I cried 2 times that day, which for me, I don't cry that much. So for me to just break out in tears a couple of times during the day was really something unusual for me. I was in the process of closing my store down, and that was the day I packed my last store order, and I lost it. I just completely started bawling like a baby and just crying uncontrollably over the closing of my store, which usually it might make me tear up for something like this, but it's something I've been looking forward to. I've been looking forward to closing the store, and so it was a happy time, but I just started bawling at the loss of this business, and I cried uncontrollably for quite a while for this time. And then that evening, my husband brought home a little pack of pens. It's my favorite kind of pen. He knows one of my favorite things is pens and colorful pens. He bought me this 2-pack of pens, and I'd been looking for this pack, so he bought it. And not only that, he wrapped it up. He wrapped it as a gift because my birthday's next week, and we always say it's your birthday month. So we do a couple of nice things for each other throughout the birthday month to make the person feel special. Well, this was just one of his ways to make me feel special, is buying these pens I love. But he wrapped them up so cute in little wrapping paper, put a little bow on it with a little tag, and used my scrapbook stuff to do all this. And I lost it. I was crying uncontrollably over these pens and over this little gift, and I'm getting a little teary thinking about it now. It was just so sweet of him to do, and I lost it. That's just not like me to like cry over that. Of course I would be excited. I would probably be jumping up and down because it's really sweet of him to do. I just cried. I cried my eyes out. So that's the day that I'm really like, wow, I really think I'm pregnant. So that was June 5th. Then Friday, I met my husband at lunchtime. We had lunch together at this park that we like to take walks at. It's near his work. And after we were done eating our lunch, we walked about 1.5 miles around the lake and saw baby geese and had a really nice time. And on Friday, he takes a little bit longer lunch. Since it was National Donut Day, we decided we were gonna go get donuts. And while we were on the way to the grocery store together, this is over lunch break, I had to have lemonade. I started just feeling like I was dying of thirst, and I wanted lemonade. I craved lemonade, so I didn't even care about the donuts. I was all about the lemonade. We went through the store and got 2 different big pitchers of lemonade. I just had to have it. It was one of those crazy intense cravings. So a couple of times this week I had already been craving egg rolls. So I went to our favorite little Chinese place, got egg rolls a couple of different times. And so Friday, that was what I ate at lunch, was egg rolls from this little Chinese place we love. And then I started craving this lemonade. So I've been drinking lemonade ever since Friday. And we don't hardly ever buy juice or sweet drinks or anything. I make sweet tea at home, and that's pretty much all I drink is sweet tea and water. And I was just thirsty all day Friday. I ended up snapping at my husband a couple of times. I was just kind of moody on Friday. And then Saturday morning, I woke up with a migraine and the most intense nausea I have had in, I can't even remember how long. I get nausea with my migraines, but this was just way more intense. Usually when I have a migraine, the nausea comes from the throbbing headache. Like the pain is so intense in my head that it makes me nauseous. And this time it was the nausea making my head hurt. I was starving, I was ready to throw up. I felt like if I wasn't gonna eat soon, I might pass out. And as soon as I ate, I felt fine. It all went away, my headache even went away, and I felt fine right after I ate. I think what happened is I hadn't eaten in so long that it made me triggered a migraine in me, and it gave me morning sickness. So that's what I think happened. And so that day we went and got pregnancy tests at lunchtime, and we tested positive immediately. As soon as I peed on the little stick, the pink lines showed up. So we're definitely pregnant. I did 2 of them. Both of them were positive. And so today is Monday, and today I've just been thirsty and hungry, and that's how I felt yesterday too on Sunday. I just felt super duper thirsty. And I'm not one of the kinds of people who regularly gets very thirsty. I drink because I know it's good for me. I hardly ever am craving something to drink or really want to drink. It's just one of those things where I drink because I know I should, I know I need to stay hydrated, but it's kind of a chore. So now I'm just drinking for the pleasure of it, and I'm drinking way more than I'm used to drinking. So I'm actually peeing a lot more, but I think it's just because I have drunk so much. Technically, I am 4 weeks as of today, so the baby is the size of a poppy seed, so very teeny tiny. My first doctor's appointment is in my 8th week, which is a month from now, so it's actually going to be on July 9th. I'm really excited for my appointment. I feel like life's too short to keep something so joyous a secret for so long. I know convention says you're supposed to wait until the 12th week, but we're totally not doing that. I really just want to tell people now, because I feel like if, you keep it a secret because there's this chance of miscarriage, but to me, I think why not celebrate the life that's there? And if you miscarry, I'm sure it's devastating. I can only imagine how devastating that is at this point, but I want support for that. I don't want to keep that a secret. That's something that's so devastating that's going to affect my life so much. I wouldn't want to keep it a secret even if we did miscarry. So I think if we miscarry, I'd want even more support. I want to tell people even more about it than I want to tell people the joyous part of it. So if I'm going to tell people if I miscarry anyway, I want to just share the joyful part too before that. So that's kind of why I'm just telling people now, because I know if I have a miscarriage, I'm not going to be blogging. I'm not going to be making videos, so people are already going to know something's up, even if I wanted to keep it a secret. So it's just not possible for me. I love you guys too much to keep it a secret for very long. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my little belly. There's nothing there except I do feel bloated, and I already kind of had a little pudge anyway, so it's just a flabby pudge. It's not a baby pudge. So I will show you my belly. All right, so here is with my shirt and my yoga pants on. I've got a little bit of a pudgy thing sticking here. Let's see, there's like my little pudgy belly, and I was already feeling pretty pudgy, and I have lots of stretch marks because I was 40 pounds overweight, and so you're just gonna have to see my stretch marks. Well, here is my little pudginess going on, and you can see I already have tons of stretch marks from being overweight. So I've got a little pudgy, but nothing significant, just pudgy. There's the front. You can tell I feel really bloated. Like, that's the only thing. I feel like this is way pudgier than my normal pudginess. So there's my belly. I'm going to try to do pictures every week and share my stuff with you every week because I'm a scrapbooker and I'm going to be documenting this pregnancy like crazy. So there is my belly. I do have lots of stretch marks, so I'm not going to be concerned with getting new stretch marks. I earned those stretch marks by getting overweight, and they're a good reminder for me to try to keep staying healthy and not be overweight again. So I will try to do one of these videos every week and show you guys my belly every week, and I will start measuring. I gotta get a measuring tape. I don't even have anything right now to measure it, but I'm going to be scrapbooking my whole pregnancy and documenting everything, so I'll have pictures and stuff to share too. That'll be over on my crafty channel, and I just appreciate you guys watching this and sharing in the excitement with us. Here is a secret grocery haul that I did this week once we found out we were pregnant. I've had some morning sickness, so I picked up 2 different things of vitamins that my doctor had recommended. I got a vitamin B6 bottle, and then I got a vitamin B12, and I'm just taking these in the mornings with a little bit of food, and it seems to be helping so far, or my morning sickness has gone away, but I've just been feeling nauseous, and so this hopefully will try to help that. And I'm also going to pick up some ginger tea or some ginger ale in case I feel nauseous anytime. Then I got some sort of healthy snacks here. I picked up some hummus, some more almond butter that I like. This is the Maranatha brand. It's no stir and it's super delicious. Classic hummus. I like this with baby carrots, so I picked up a bag of those. And then I picked up some string cheese. I got Colby Jack, and I've never tried the string cheese of those before. And then I got regular cheese, and then I got the Kraft brand for my husband because he doesn't like the Target brand mozzarella, and I don't mind it. I think it's just as good. So I get that one for me since it's a little bit cheaper than the Kraft ones that he prefers. I've also been super thirsty, so I picked up this water bottle that I can take on walks with us, and it has a little tiny handle on it. I can just hold it and I don't have to keep freezing my hand by holding the bottle part of it. None of my other ones have any kind of handles on them, so pick that one up for when we go on walks. And I'm just so excited. This is something I have wanted for so long, and I just feel like it's a dream come true. My birthday is in 2 days, so I just can't imagine having a better birthday present. Just finding out we're going to be parents together, and I'm just so thrilled. I am just already so happy and so ready to be a parent, and I just can't wait for this whole process. I know pregnancy is going to be tough, but I cannot wait. I'm going to try to enjoy every moment of it that I can. Last year, my birthday present was my husband getting a wonderful job and us getting a house. And this year, my birthday present is a baby. So I don't think it could get better than that. Be sure to subscribe so you catch all my videos. Well, thanks so much for watching. Bye. Let's see. So I'm not really concerned with stretch marks. Let's see.